Welcome back to another video here at DFD Mastery. Here on this channel, I try and help real estate investors overcome the number one struggle that they have, which is consistently finding deeply discounted properties. And I know that can be very frustrating and discouraging when you're trying to be successful in this business and you're having that problem. And guys and gals, it does not have to be that way. That's why I share my marketing system with you guys and exactly how I've been able to be successful to go from a window cleaner to a successful real estate investor. So I have a free webinar where I go into detail on how we find these discounted properties. You can check it out. It's dfdmastery.com. The link's in the show notes. But in today's video, we're actually going to dive into something that I really enjoy, which is actually cold calling to your motivated seller list. So in that webinar that I was just telling you about, I talk about some of the free bonus courses that I offer. And one of those is a cold calling course. I call it DFD cold calling course, where I go into how to set up a triple line dialer so you can be calling 3 people at one time. So it's very important, once you create a list of potential motivated sellers, you need to reach out to those people. One of my favorite strategies is cold calling. So what I'm going to actually do is jump in and do live cold calls. You guys can listen in and see what it sounds like and exactly how we reach out and try and find someone that wants to sell for speed and convenience. So we make an absolute fortune doing this. I remember when I first started cold calling, the very first 11 minutes, I have a timer going so I know exactly how long I've been calling. And I got a hold of, I think like the very first person that answered that I had the right phone number, her name was Linda. And she wanted to sell the house. I ran out to her house that day, got the purchase contract, and within 7 days I had sold that purchase contract for $9,000, guys. I sold the piece of paper for $9 grand. So this is a strategy that has made me hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Make sure you check out the webinar, and I'll go into more details on the free course that you can get access to. So let me dive into this. You guys can listen in on these calls. Hopefully you find this helpful. Let me know in the comments. Here we go. So I'm already logged in. I'm going to hit start. I have it on pause. Here we go. We're live. So I'm calling 3 people right now.
County Assessor, this is Dave.
Oh, County Assessor. I may have the wrong phone number. Sorry about that.
No, not a problem.
All right. Have a good day.
Take care.
Uh-huh.
Bye. You too.
So I had a bad number there. I had more than one phone number for that contact I could see. So I pulled that one out as a bad number. Not 100% of our numbers are accurate, but the other one was probably the accurate one. So someone answered when I was on the phone, so it's playing the callback message. The callback message is, hello, I'm going to have to call you back. And then it hangs up on them. And then so it's calling the person back right now. See if she answers this time. It might just go to voicemail.
This is Tracy. May I help you?
Yeah, Tracy, this is Zach. Sorry about that. A little out of the blue. I may even have the wrong number. I'm trying to find the owner of Valley. Have I got the wrong number?
I don't know what that address is. I don't know.
Okay.
Not me.
Okay, do you know a Tracy by chance? I'm not sure how I ended up with your number.
That's my number.
Okay, but you don't own a house?
Hey, I'm Tracy.
You don't own a house there in West Valley?
I don't.
Okay, that's odd. Okay, I have
I have a son named Tracy Taylor who owns a house in West Valley.
Oh, that's probably what it is. Okay. Well, I'm just reaching out. I'm looking to pick up some properties for my investment business. I was just curious if you thought of selling, or do you know if your son would be interested in selling any of his properties?
Well, he's maxed out. I mean, he owes what the house is valued at.
Oh, gotcha.
I have a house that's really nice, but it's not a discount. It's not going to be a discount.
Right, but you said that your son has one, but he owes about what it's worth. Did he just purchase it, or?
Yeah, he owes it. Yeah, his note on it is about what the CMA comes in at, or appraisal. There's a house across the street from me here. That's for sale, and it's really a nice house. It's got a 3-bedroom and a 2-bath and a kitchen upstairs and the same exact downstairs.
Gotcha. What was the house number? Fruit Heights.
Yeah, so right on the, I'm guessing that the house number is Fruit Heights. My address is
Gotcha.
my office.
Okay.
And,
yeah, that's a nice area. I'm
really
familiar
nice.
with it. Yeah.
Down 100 years old and he died last year. And the family's trying to sell it. It's not listed.
Okay, it's not listed. The family's trying to. Do they just have like a for sale by owner sign in the front, or?
That's all it's got. It's for sale by owner.
Gotcha. Do you know if the house is dated, needs an update, or is it in pristine condition, like updated and everything?
I think it's in pretty good condition.
Gotcha. Was it? I know that's a nicer, newer area.
Fixed up and sell.
So it's not necessarily a fixer-upper.
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, I was just kind of curious. I know you said your son's house, he owes about what it's worth. You know, it still may make sense.
He owes over 300 on it.
He owes 300 in West Valley there.
He owes 300,000 on it. So.
Gotcha. Did he just refinance money out or something, or did
No, he just bought it. He bought it about a year ago.
Okay. Gotcha. Alrighty. Well, if you want to hang on my number, you know, my office is here in Layton, and if you hear of anybody that, you know, has a neighbor that loses a tenant and it's a beat up house and would love to sell it, I would be happy to make them an offer and even maybe throw you a kickback if it ends up being a deal for us.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that, but if I got your number and if I see someone, I have no problem telling you about them.
Well,
That's what I do. I'm a lending manager, loan officer.
Oh, that's
I have
awesome.
interest rate right now as low as 2.5% fixed.
That's incredible.
30-year fixed.
Can I get you an email for me?
Yeah, my email is.
Awesome.
And I have interest rate credit scores as low as 500.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, those are pretty darn good terms right now. That's crazy, 2.5%. What institution are you working?
The rate. I'm a lending manager, but I just do loan. I'm 70 years old this year.
Oh, okay.
I just do loan. But right now, currently I have 18 loans in processing and 5 more that I need to get submitted.
Gotcha.
I have a lot of loans, but the rates are great. The rates are really good.
For sure, yeah, they're super low right now. I've never seen them that low, not in my lifetime.
Yeah, I haven't either.
well,
rates are good. Rates are really good right now.
It's keeping those prices high though.
Yeah, now's a great time to buy a house, fix it up, and then look for buyers.
Right.
Well, good luck.
Well,
good luck in what you're doing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You have a wonderful day. I appreciate you talking to me.
You too.
All right. Have a good day.
Talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You know, I'm actually going to push pause. So I got a little long-winded on that one call, and, you know, he wasn't a seller. His neighbor across the street wasn't necessarily a motivated seller, just because I know the area. It's a very high-end area. Those houses are all very new. It's listed for sale by owner because they don't want to pay a real estate agent because they're being cheap. So, you know, for me, I want someone that wants a speed and convenience factor. They don't want to deal with a real estate agent because they don't want a 30-day close. They want it done fast. They don't want to deal with it. So I recognize that is not necessarily a deal for me, but I built a relationship there with someone that's in the real estate space. You know, I've done lots and lots of deals where because I've talked to them, they've saved my number, and they come across an opportunity. I have a buddy that you know, sees my stuff on social media, and he's reached out to me a couple times as he's out on his day job, and he's like, dude, this house is totally vacant. It's in a nice area, and we end up making good money, and I get to throw him a kickback once we make money on the deal. So keep that in mind, right? Don't just hang up the phone because there's no motivation there. If you can build a relationship and have them save your number, and a lot of the times those will pay off. So let's keep going.
5 minutes later.
Might as well give you guys a tip while I'm waiting for someone to answer here. One of the things that people struggle with is having fear to talk to random people. So when I say fear, if you're getting butterflies when you go to get on the dialer, when you go to call people, cold call someone, or to go on a sales appointment, if you're getting those butterflies, there's some things that can help you overcome that, right? First of all, to overcome that, the first step is doing it, is practice, repetition over and over. That is the first most important thing. But I learned a tactic that's really helped me with sales, with communicating with people, or even being on camera, you know, speaking at events, you know, overcoming that fear or overcoming those butterflies. So you're at peace, right? I'm not shaking, I'm not nervous. And the reason that I can do that is first because I've practiced it and spent time doing it, but most importantly, when I do anything, when I talk to a seller on the phone, or when I do a YouTube video like this, my main focus is helping that person. My focus and my thought processes are how can I help these people? Or how can I help you on the other end of this YouTube video? And when your thoughts and focuses are on other people and blessing other people's lives,
Not available right now.
the fear goes away because your focus shifts from yourself to someone else. You have fear and you have those butterflies because you're focused on yourself. You're focused on how you sound. You're focused on how you're going to sound to these sellers. You know, if you can overcome that selfishness, truly, you're going to be able to overcome those feelings of fear a lot faster. Plus, you're going to come off authentic to these sellers or to an audience that you're speaking to. Your sellers are going to be able to sniff out that insecurity. Your sellers or your audience is going to be able to sense that something's wrong, and you may come off across arrogant or cocky, right? Because you're so worried about you and making sure you sound cool and you look cool. And maybe you've had people speak or seen people speak or present, and they come off as these arrogant know-it-alls, and it's because they're... Hello, can you hear me?
No.
Hi, this is I think he just burped and hung up. Oh my gosh. My wife's behind the camera, she's dying. Oh, that's great.
Please leave your message for...
Here's another tip for you. Don't call in the middle of the day. Today is the middle of the day, so it's been very slow as far as the amount of people that are actually answering. So I'm blowing through phone numbers. So far, I've been dialing for...
Hello.
Yes, hello. This is Zach. I may have the wrong phone number. I'm trying to find the owner of... Do I have the right person?
Yes and no. That's my son's address. Who are you looking for?
Yeah, I think Cameron was the one that was on title. The reason I was reaching out is we're looking to pick up some more properties, and that was just one of the properties we identified that we'd be interested in purchasing. Do you have any idea if he'd be interested in selling, or maybe I should reach out to him?
Well, this is his mom. That's why I was wondering.
Okay, yeah, no, that's. I figured you were probably.
So I thought, oh, you got the wrong thing. Okay, that's actually my son. What made you find his property?
Yeah, so we have one of my guys in my office. His name's Miguel. So we drive around in different areas that we're interested in picking up rentals or fix and flip properties, and we identify those properties. It's quite a few. But then I just call through and say hi and see if there's any interest in selling. If not, that's okay. I'm looking for some properties to buy. Do you have any idea if you'd like to?
I think you actually texted me once.
Yeah, you might have seen a text from us too. Do you have any idea if he'd want to sell?
Yeah.
Or?
Well, I don't right now, but he may.
Okay.
If you're willing to pay, but he's done a lot to the house.
Yeah.
He's not moving till September though.
Okay, so he does have some intentions of moving this fall.
He does, yeah.
Okay. No,
I do too, and somebody will marry me.
Well, maybe I could find you a perfect match and buy your house too.
Only if you find the right person.
The right person, huh?
That's what I tell everybody.
Well,
yeah.
I have a pretty deep Rolodex. I don't know. I might be able to find someone.
I don't know. You're a lot younger than I am, so unless you know a lot older people.
I have lots of friends.
Do you? Well, I just called the police on a couple and turned them in yesterday. So
on a couple potential boyfriends?
No, there was no potential. Trust me, they were harassing and scamming, and I called the police.
Jeez, was it from like a dating site or something?
One was just on a group on Facebook.
Jeez.
But, there were just a million red flags, and I said, "You contact me one more time, I'll call the police." So it was the last straw.
Yikes. Well, I hope you have a lot better luck in that area.
So do I. Actually, I thought I was moving a couple years ago, and he married somebody else, so I'm still here. But
yeah.
Cameron actually is planning on moving.
Okay.
But it won't be till September.
Okay.
And as long as you don't take possession of the house till September, he might talk to you but you don't tell him I told you that, because if you need them out before September, they want to come and stay here, and I don't want them here.
I love it.
I'm just serious.
Oh, that's great. Well,
I'm really serious.
Well, no, we actually have...
If you don't want it till then, I'll let you call him.
Well, I can definitely do that. We have some creative things, so if he wants us to close on it now and then rent it back to him till September, we can do things like that. Or if he just wants to close in September or just negotiate then, we can do that. Does he have a place lined up? Is he moving for work or why September?
No. He's still in school until the end of July.
Mm-hmm.
And he found a place to buy. It's somebody who used to live in our ward. We're LS.
Okay.
And it's somebody who used to live in our ward, and they live out the far end of Tooele, and they looked at the house. But and so the people's house was supposed to be done the last half of August or so. And he says, well, if I sell before, we'll just come and sleep in your basement. And I thought, no, you won't. And I love my grandchildren as long as they're not here destroying my house. So that's my thing. I'm not cleaning. One more thing. I still have my granddaughter's shoes here from Sunday.
Right.
So as long as you don't want it and to close before September, I'll let you call him. I just don't want him staying here.
Okay.
So,
buy another house. Okay, so I'm going to reach out to Cameron. What's a better number to call Cameron?
and my cousin is a mortgage broker. Well, my cousin's husband is a mortgage broker, and he's done all their financing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of done a market analysis, so he's going to want, So anyway, there we are.
Gotcha. Do you know if the house...
They're just in the process of... I'm sorry, what?
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just going to ask if you knew
No, go ahead.
if the house needed any type of updating, or has the house been remodeled in the last 5 years?
Well, they've only been there 9 years, and to say it was a fixer-upper is an understatement. I thought, please don't live here. But that's all they could afford,
Yeah.
And he's totally fixed up the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone through it, and they're in the process of just putting in a new bathroom downstairs.
Gotcha.
I mean, he's almost done, but he's got to finish school, so he will graduate. So he graduates on the 22nd of July, so. Anyway, he's in the process of finishing that bathroom. He's just put a new water heater in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's got central air. It's got a smart thermostat. I know all this because he's trying to talk me into a thermostat. And it doesn't have a garage.
Yeah.
But he's redone the whole house.
All right. Well, I will reach out to him. So I already got the better number, and then I never got your name. What was your name? Okay. Well, I'll reach out and see if it's a fit. It may not necessarily be a fit for us because we are kind of trying to find fixer-uppers, right? Like the TLC shows, where we go in and add value to them and resell them. But it may be a fit. It just kind of depends on what their price point is, what they're trying to do, and so forth. So I'll talk to them about it. But it may be a better fit just for them to list it with an agent. Do you guys have like a family friend that's a real estate agent? Do you have a real estate agent lined up, or?
I know he hasn't decided yet.
Mm-hmm.
The people's house that they're buying, he does on the side. It's not his full-time job, so he said he could maybe help him sell it, or he was thinking of doing a homie or something. I don't know if he's decided. And mine definitely isn't a fixer-upper either.
Yeah.
So I put thousands of dollars into my house since I've been single. So
Right.
if that's what you're looking for, then I mean, gone through his whole house, so.
Right. Sounds like he's probably done it all. No worries. I'll definitely say hi, or maybe even I have a real estate agent that lists all of our flips. He's fantastic. So I might even just have him reach out and just say hi, and see if that might be a better fit. But regardless, my name's Zach, and you can save our number. If you ever hear of someone that has a rental house or something they just don't want to deal with, it's just a headache for them and love a cash offer. Those are the kinds of things we do. We help people that want to just walk away from the rehabs and not do it, just sell it as is, right? So I would love love to be in your phone as Zach, the house buyer, and if you hear anything, I would love to be able to help them out. So
Great, I will do that.
okay, thank you so much. You have a wonderful day.
You too. Talk to you later. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. I actually need to jump on so that was, I've got to jump off this, but that was a fantastic call. You know, digging into the situation and evaluating what it is, it's probably not a good fit for a cash offer. They've done work to it. They fixed it up themselves, right? They're not in a major hurry to sell it. They're evaluating all their different options. They may want to just sell it retail, and that's great, right? We're trying to find people that have this headache property, want to get rid of it. But again, building those relationships, joking around with people, getting yourself into their phone, saved into their phone. You never know where a deal can come from if you build those relationships. So many times real estate investors, when they're first starting and they're inexperienced, they think that they have to convince people to sell at a discount that's not necessarily in their best interest. That's not the case at all. You're being deal finders. You need to get out there and find the people that want to just walk away from the property, sell it as is for a cash offer. If you build enough relationships, you talk to enough people, you are going to find deals. So hopefully you found this helpful. If you want me to do this again and go into more depth on this, I can definitely do that. Let me know in the show notes. Thanks for joining.